Hi, welcome to the video of my flea market finds for Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. So it started slow, but my friend Coffee joined me eventually and things picked up actually. Not to be to brag, but I think me and Coffee, we dominated the flea market this morning. We kept getting first at boxes of records, but it started slow, but I had faith that it would get better. So slowly some guy had some CDs that were expensive, $5 each. I left one behind that I kind of regret. I should have bought it, but anyway, I got this one because I wasn't sure. Oh yeah, I forgot to check if I actually had it or not, but I don't look my inventory because it's plume de traverse, Mick Grill. Je collectionne les disques de plume de traverse. Puis plus que j'y pense, plus que je pense que je l'ai dans un lot que j'avais acheté, de CD que j'avais acheté il y a très longtemps. Oh, il y a presque 25 ans, mais la plupart des CD je m'étais fait avoir puis ils étaient scratchés. Là. Fait que ça se peut que ce soit pour ça que dans ma tête je ne l'avais pas parce qu'il comptait pas parce qu'il était scratché. En tout cas, celui-là, il avait l'air pas trop pire, 5$. Mais c'est de différentes lumières, j'ai checké trop vite quand je l'ai acheté, mais il y a un petit peu de scuff dessus. Je pense pas qu'il va sauter, mais il y a une coupe de petits scratch dessus. Fait que pour 5$, là, on va dire attendre. Mais s'il saute pas, je suis content parce que l'autre, si je l'ai, l'autre il est scratché, c'est sûr. So I wasn't sure if I had it or not. It's probably because I think I bought it almost 25 years ago. But if I did, the copy I had was scratched up. And that's why I registered it in my brain as not owning it, but it does ring a bell. Second purchase was so somebody was selling school supplies, so office supplies, school supplies. I bought these two postage packs for $1, so 20. That's 50 cents each. Always useful. I need them for work. But I work from home, so I don't have the supplies from my employer anymore. So I'm buying my own supplies. Then I was with my friend, and we kept putting our stuff together to make a deal. I would let him haggle. He's a much more fierce haggler than I am. And I don't know, he uses his charm to get our prices down. So I got 6 records. He found 2. They were supposed to be $2 each, I think. I forgot to write the regular starting price. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember how much they were, but it turns out that, well, first of all, I showed him that I had a record where the cover is all beat up, and I have one no cover, and otherwise it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 records of mine and 2 of my friend Coffee. So we managed to get our 8 records down to $5. So I said these 2 count as one. When it was time to split together, that was we did for fun. We played with the numbers. He took out a calculator on his smartphone. He calculated that for his 2 records he owed me $1.40. So that comes for me to $3.60 for these records, but nothing extraordinary here. Except for one I kind of cool. It's actually the one with no cover. We'll see in a second. So those come to roughly how much that would be. How did I calculate that? I forgot to write. $2.60 for 6 LPs. I forgot to write it. Oh yeah, 36 cents for these 2 because those help bring the lot down. And this one has a beat up cover. This one has no cover. 36 cents. The other one 72 cents. So even the ones I stupidly bought, I didn't lose much. Let's start with that one. My favorite. So that was the only Elvis Presley record in the box, or 2 boxes actually. But what's cool about this? This is Elvis by Elvis Presley. I think that's the one where he's seen a profile picture. It's not a first pressing, although it's using the first master because it has the hula hoop end groove. It's a US pressing. I have noticed only when I got home. There's a sticker there with a name. but it's barely been played. You can see barely any spindle marks, and I was hard to press to find any scratches on this thing. It plays flawlessly. So I know my copy is not that flawless. I'll do a swap. And LPM 1382, it's wow, it plays like brand new. It's amazing. I'll put that in the sleeve later. And well, this is E.L.O. It's a compilation. What's cool about this compilation, the cover is trash, but I'm 95% sure I already have this record. The record itself is for sure an upgrade on whatever copy I probably already have, but this one is whoa. And it's a compilation of records that usually are found only in mono, but they took the tapes out and made it in stereo, so that I'm very Sixth Sense, if I count it that way. This I don't know. I was Grand Funk were an American band. I know I don't have it. I like that logo. And it's yellow, but it's hard to see. But when I start playing it, it wasn't too bad. And then it started skipping and skipping. It's oh crap. And then just before making the video, I felt a huge deep groove into a big dig into the surface of the record. That's one of these cheap record players, a BSR record changer. You would accidentally push on the stylus and it would dig a big crevasse in the record. So this is worthless. So yeah, well, it's for display, I guess, and the cover is worn. Because I bought a copy of this recently, like in the past weeks, and played it, and it skipped a few times. I was kind of pissed off, and I was glad to get a copy for under $1 to replace it until well, I'll talk about the next record, then we'll talk about this one. Well, Simply Red picture book, very clean. I knew it had holding back the years, and Money's Too Tight to Mention. Those songs are kind of ruined for me by some old early 2000s memes or animated. They weren't GIFs, they were flash animations, I think. And I won't describe them, but both of them cleverly make fun of. They make them sound like other words, like Bunny's Too Tight to Mention and Holding Back the Ears. And it's a very vulgar gag, a visual gag of some guy doing it to a rabbit, so it was really funny. But the fact that it's the same joke done on 2 consecutive songs on one record, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, so I thought this was a good purchase until I recognized this photo. I said, how come I recognize this photo? Did I see this record? I saw this record, I have this record. Then I remember that in 2012 I bought an incredible record lot, 298 records for $25, believe it or not, and I kept 5/6 of the lot, and this was in the lot. So oops, I forgot I had this. And this one, well, a few weeks or a few weeks before I bought the lot that had this record, I had gotten a huge stack of records for $5, and that was in the pot, and I completely forgot. So this is my third copy. But it plays well, so it's 72 cents, you know. But this one, pretty worth at least 72 cents. The Best of the Fifth Dimension, sealed. It's a reissue of a compilation that was released on at one point on Soul City Records. This is a American US pressing on Corey Records, copyright Arista Records, so yeah, can't go wrong with that. Of course, all the hits are there. Up, Up and Away, In My Beautiful Balloon, and Met the Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine In, so pretty cool. So that is starting, that's how slow the day started, but it picked up after a while. Then, even when I were picking these few records, he got 2, I got these. People were waiting to check the records because we got to them just in time, although there was no jackpot in there. After that, let's move on because I have a lot of records coming up. When I said we dominated, you'll understand. So yeah, $3.60 for those records. Then I found 2 books. He found 2 books too. His were $5 for the 2, and mine were. This was $5. Les 12 travaux de Benoît Brisfer. But what I didn't like is that there's some bad folds at the bottom of a few pages. I don't think this will pick it up. This is a cheap camera, bad fold. I had to, in front of the seller, I was placing it back, but didn't care. And that one has a page that's sticking out a bit. There's some scotch tape here, and the how do you call that thing? That tranche, the spine is damaged from here to here. But I still want it because I'm starting my collection of Joan Pirlouet and Benoît Brisfer. Both are by Peyo, the guy behind the Smurfs. My holy grail is to find those 3 Poussy books. Ça c'est Poussy, il faut pas Poussy, Poussy, Poussa. I had a pocket black and white book as a kid I really loved, and a magazine used to release color pages from those 3 books. I need those 3 books. I want to. They're very rare. I never see them at all. Anyway, my friend Coffee, again, a great negotiator, put his 2 books with my 2 books and brought the pile down to $10. Then we played with numbers to figure out how much he owed me for his 2 $5 books. So he came down to. He paid me back $3.85. So my 2 books cost $6.15, so that would come to this damaged one $2.30, and that one that started off at $5 came down to $3.85. So yeah, my Benoît Brisfer collection is coming pretty well because I have the Taxi Rouge, Madame Adolphine I haven't had time to read yet. This one. Tonton Placide I'm missing. The Sick Bodoni was my first one, I think. Lady Dolphin I have, the Fetish I don't. I'm starting to get a lot of these. Okay, next. I have a lot of stuff to show. Yeah, a box of records. I went through them. I saw this, Jeanette Sage, Rosita Salvador. I've never seen this cover, so I thought, I remember this. I have a record with Jeanette Sage on one side on this record label, and it makes Expérience pas nécessaire, Si petite, by Rosita Salvador. So I thought, and I'm really losing my memory, I'm scared, that I had the record but no sleeve because I don't recognize the sleeve. So I got this one. Turns out only much later today I realized, oh, this is a reissue. I have an uglier cover, but it's worth more. I have the original already. Because this one I got only for the cover because there's a bad scratch on the record. So, and there's scotch tape here, but I never see this. And I got 2 Patoff records. If you don't know him, imagine Krusty the Clown but French Canadian. It was the same thing. He made a lot of merchandising, and he became a millionaire. And yeah, I have all these records, but these, although dirty, have no scratches at all and barely any groove wear. So I need to clean them, but writing, and it's hard to find these records in great shape. So yeah, Patoff. So they were $2 each. So I said, like, this one has a big scratch, I'm getting it for the cover. I tried to show him how dirty they were. So he went down to 5. I insisted. I finally got $4 for paid $4 for the record. So let's say $1.50 per Patoff, and this one with a big scratch $1. Those were the only 2 records I bought today that were over $1. $1.50 each for 2 Patoff records and $1 for that. From here to the end of the video, all the records you will see were under $1. Which brings us to our big score. We're looking at stuff, and I turned my head, or one of us 2 saw, I don't remember who saw the, you have aisles like this, ding, 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 ding. But you have a place where it splits in 2 like that, and it was on the end of an aisle of a table. It was on the edge of the table. The guy had 2 boxes of records, and they looked good. And we asked, how much are they? I asked how much. I want to know right away. How much are they? $1. And I've asked. I don't remember if I've asked again. No, I didn't ask him again how much they were, but I did ask Coffee. Did he say $1? He said yes. So we started making ourselves each. We took each a box. We made each other a big pile. I picked 22 records. I actually picked more, and I started checking them after we because people were waiting. It didn't take long. Other pickers were waiting for us to move. Some guy would say, "Hey, don't be so greedy. Leave some for the others." And we laughed, and you know, and they were kidding as well. They knew it's part of the game to be the first one. But we took all the good stuff, us two. And he got some stuff I wanted, but I got more stuff that he wanted than him that I wanted myself. But he got one that's really amazing. He got a Sun Ra record. I went on Discogs. It's worth about $20. It's pretty weird stuff. I played it from YouTube earlier, and it's more for him than for me. He already has 2 Sun Ra records. Let's look at what I got, because he had how many records? He got 24. I got 22. So that would have been $1 each, $46. He managed to get the price that, because we put them together. As you saw, how much? He managed to get the stack down to $40. So 24, 22. Didn't bother figuring out the penny. I said, okay, well, I paid 20, he paid 20. So my 22 records came down to $20. Meaning that it came down to about 91 cents each record. Let's say 91 cents, and the 2 that I like least, 90 cents. But you'll see the quality of this pile is amazing. Well, this one I'm not sure I like yet, because everything, I haven't played anything fully yet, but I did spot check several tracks of almost all of the records. I've checked every record to make sure to see the condition. Aside from the very last one that has a little thing at the beginning of one track on one side, everything else plays flawlessly. This big stack of records that cost me $20, no scratches anywhere. I couldn't believe it. As I was checking the records, I started thinking we should have bought the 2 full boxes, because they were all owned by the same guy, the seller. He's the one who said, "Oh, this is good," because I was said, "Okay, the powder blue is uncut. What is that?" I said, "Oh, it's good." I said, "Oh shit, add $1, take it." So, well, actually, I'm not sure I like this yet. It's not bad from the few seconds I played. And this one is a little bit too 80s-ish for me, but although I knew I was risking having, because I don't like the 80s sound. So, generally speaking, I prefer 70s sound records, more real instruments. I don't like when they switch to synths and the drums, electronic boxes of beat boxes. I don't know what you call these things. Like Radioactive is a good piece, but it sounded like a good. I didn't play anything fully, but I think it might draw me now. I think about the few seconds I've heard of it, and it's not bad. It's just it's a little bit 80s-ish, 1984. But I'm glad I took a risk about the dates on certain records. For you'll see what I mean. So I'll just throw them here. Some Chicago albums. What I don't like about this damn band is all their records always just Chicago with different patterns, and it's so hard to find the. That I had to look for a long time to figure out that this is Chicago 3. This one was easy there. I think I have this one. I don't know which one I have or not. Because of that, their albums are confusing, at least to me. And but I'm sure this is an upgrade, because all of these are like flawless. And this one includes the 4-color poster and complete lyrics of song. It's inside. It's so thick. It's there. I won't pull it out, but believe me, trust me, it's there. I should have pulled it out for the video. Oh, there we go. I didn't unfold it, but there we go. I don't want to tear it, I'm afraid. Wow. Uh-oh, don't tell me there's nothing on the other side and no lyrics, because I didn't see a lyric sheet. Oh! The lyrics are on the inner sleeve. Duh! Of course. Okay, sorry. Yeah, E.L.O has put the stickers on all of the records, unfortunately. Uh-oh, no, I don't want to damage the one of the sleeve slipped, so I don't want. So this I think is number 3. This is Chicago 5. Again, impeccable. And this is Chicago 7 as well, the vinyl, impeccable double album. This one single. Buddy Rich, The Roar, or 74. His records are not worth much, but I already have too many of them. But I kind of like the cover, and actually it's probably better than my other. Well, I have some cool Buddy Rich, like Stick It is really good. Yeah, so Big Band Jazz. It's a double album. Remember how much I paid for it? Rob McConnell and the Boss Brass. Oh my goodness. Special limited edition direct to disc recordings. Whoa, pretty cool. And I'm glad I took a risk with Big Band Jazz records, and there's several on this in this stack, because I realized that it's not because you have a big band record, it's big band music. It can be real jazz done by a big band. There's a very important difference I learned today by checking these records. Because sometimes you check jazz records in a store, you'll have Glenn Miller, you'll have what's his name, Benny Goodman, but with a full orchestra and 3-minute songs. Like this, I have a stack of Benny Goodman 78s from the 40s on Columbia. Benny Goodman to me is jazz when he was with this trio quartet in the 30s on Victor. Anyway, this is real jazz. There's no big band-ish like kind of. All the big band records here are jazz. This is a double album again. Oh, I forgot to practice the name for doing the video. Toshiko Akiyoshi Lu Tabakin Big Band, and you can see a photo of the band here. And I checked a few. I've checked all the sites to make sure that the condition is amazing. It's good jazz. So my friend Coffee wanted that one. A few Maynard Ferguson and his orchestra records. That one is in mono. I don't know if it exists in stereo. I didn't have time to do any much research on the internet. Pretty good. Oh, Bossa Nova de Funk, Watermelon Man, 1 O'Clock Jump. These all play flawlessly. Like I said, C.C. Maynard Ferguson and his orchestra on Roulette. I think it's a US pressing. I'm trying to remember. There's some US pressings in there. So this one is my favorite of the 4 Maynard Ferguson album. MF Horn 3. And yeah, when I started playing, so oh, this is funky. Alright is the title of the first track. So okay, I see this is my favorite one. And this is a double album, Maynard Ferguson MF Horn 4 and 5. Oh, it follows this one. 2 records. And impeccable. Then I tried some Weather Report. The only one I think Coffee got one I wanted because it was from the 70s. I was a little bit jealous because I got stuck with the 80s ones. But I did hand him one that I knew I had. I have a few. So Weather Report. What's the title of this? Domino Terry, 1984. It's actually, I'm glad I didn't put them back or give them to, give up on them. And they're actually very good. They sound good. I'm looking forward to playing them even if it's from the 80s. Weather Report, Sport and Life. And Weather Report, that's the one that has a little bit of 80s like China Blues. There has synthesizer, beatbox sounds, or on a few seconds I play. Michel Colombier, 2 records by Michel Colombier. Wings, I'm not sure how to categorize this. but I know there's an instrumental at the end of side A that's really cool. Pourquoi pas? I should have played that whole. I didn't have time this afternoon, but that's the first track I will play actually. And this one looks pretty cool. Oddly enough, it's on the Chrysalis label. I know that I wasn't sure what the heck to make out of this, and it looked 280s-ish to me. So I looked at the year, 1979. Yay! 79 should be good. And yes, it sounds great. And it has Ray Parker Jr. on it. It has Herbie Hancock. I said, okay, I'm sold. And it looks pretty cool. Actually, yeah, for a few. Anyway, it's a $10 record more or less. I didn't have time to go on Discogs much, like a couple, and that's it. Tad Jones and Mel Lewis live at the Village Vanguard. On Solid State plays flawlessly. Samba Can't Get You is probably going to be my favorite one from what I could tell. Records are. So, and a second one, Solid State presenting Tad Jones and Mel Lewis and the Jazz Orchestra. And the cover has some damage here. It got hit by something, but it didn't affect the record at all, and it plays flawlessly. So, and the Tad Jones and Mel Lewis live in Munich on it says Horizon AAM, impeccable again. This is the most experimental jazz record in the pile. Wayne Shorter Supernova. I played the whole thing today from YouTube. And he has pretty weird stuff, but not as weird as the Sonra album my friend got. So I'm good with that. And that's the only one that has a slight damage on the record. A little weird warp and a little bit of... Not as bad as a big scratch, but because it's a very soft sounding record. But I love Joe Pass, it's amazing. Catch Me, Joe Pass. So the cover has seen better days, but I didn't see a scratch on this record. So I'm getting this. It's only $1. F it. I need. So this is the only record with a slightly shoot when you play it, and there's not a scratch. And it's my favorite of the whole pile. Isn't that amazing? So that comes to 91 cents per record. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness, we even got congratulations. Well, not in the words of congratulations, but yeah, we got a lot of good jazz. And when we dropped them at the car and each our own cars and went back to get more, to do the last run, which we did. And we went to an aisle where usually we don't find anything. I said, let's go there. Sometimes some guy will be selling some vintage stuff. It was not an aisle where there's much vintage stuff. And sure enough, a guy was selling records at $2 each. I started looking at them. He said, I can do a special. A special? Yeah, $1 each. I had to go back on the beginning of a box because I added some stuff, but it's not an incredible pile, but it comes to 83 cents, 84 cents each. Some hit or misses, but it was fun to try things. So I'll switch back and forth French-English. Compilation Succès 5-6 sur Jupiter, je l'ai jamais vu. Il y a une chanson des Misérables, puis une chanson de Denis Fiotro. J'avais pas réalisé que c'était l'amitié, la chanson de Françoise Hardy. Denise, là, est bien bonne, mais pas sur ce disque-là. Sacré. Par contre, il y a une toune de Guy Roger. Je pense que c'est L'homme qu'elle aimait. Attends, il faudrait que je regarde ce disque parce que malheureusement, c'est pas écrit ici. Là. Le disque n'a pas de scratch, pas en tout. Ouais, mon cœur de... Attends, c'est l'autre bord. Ouais, L'homme qu'elle aimait. Ça, c'est Yesterday Man, I think, the title, by Andrews. What's his full name? I have the 45 because I recognize the beat. Anyway, that's the one song I think is good because, the Misérables, the song by the band Les Misérables is pretty cool. I'll have to put this back later. Récital Marie Laforêt. Le disque qui est en bon état. Marie Laforêt ici sur Polydor. This I want to try it even though it's scratched because I don't know, apparently it has some interest, like people like this record, so I wonder what the fuss is about. I'll have to play the whole thing on my little Electro Home Apollo 862, not to, because it has some scratches. I don't want. This is a third time I buy this record. I'm trying to find one that doesn't sound like crap. I would have to have one of those cool new machines to clean records to know if it's good or not. But it doesn't seem to have any groove where like my first copy. And I do know I bought a second copy not too long ago. I decided to not pass on this one. I played Le Rille de la Bombe Atomique on my radio show, Kitsch Bonbon, in 2005, but I cheated. I put some extra weight on my tone arm. I lowered the treble, and because it was on the anniversary in 2005 of Hiroshima, atomic bomb. So I played some songs that mentioned atomic bombs or. So this I hate, despise it. I knew it was not Queen like the band Queen, but I want to try it because I've seen this often. It's really not my cup of tea. Sorry for those who like this, not my style of music. So that I almost didn't get this, but I don't know. Two record set anthology Diana. I've checked if Mahogany, a team from Mahogany was on it. It is. Unfortunately, I checked the beginning because I wanted to show my dad. Say, you'll recognize the song, and then I heard. That's a tabarnak. And then I swear I tried to find it. I can't see it. I've tried with a magnifying glass before making this video. I can't see the damn scratch. So, but I still have. Oh, Upside Down is there. Okay, I'm Coming Out is there. Could still be good. It was 83 bleeding cents. What am I? And the Drifters Golden Hits. But it looks like a reissue. Yeah. Yeah. So 5 records by Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Dancing is Forever. Wanted to try them. This one seems to be signed by Byron, maybe. Carnival 81, Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Byron 1982. Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Trinidad, Carnival City 83. Trinidad and Tobago. Heat in the Place. Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. This is Soca Fusion Volume 2 by Asterix. And these are from, well, it says Brooklyn, but this is from Jamaica. I can't pronounce it right. This is also in the same style. And there were a lot of Soca records that I just handed to Coffee who picked them up, but I wanted to try these ones here. So I think I'd have just enough Soca for a while. 1980 Charlie's Records. This one is called Shadow Music Fever. And finally this one, Crazy. What the heck? My Method of Madness. And finally, I already have this, of course, because E.L.O. is one of my 3 top favorite bands. And not too much wear on the cover, although it has unglued, and the inner sleeve as well has unglued a bit, but the record is impeccable. It plays probably better than my current copy. 83 cents for E.L.O. with Living Thing and So Fine and Living Thing, sorry, in that order. So an incredible day, and I can't believe all the records I got. So thanks for watching.